It's pretty, with what's been happening, what I witnessed, I come across ancient stuff. It's pretty magical how it'll, the timing of it and everything will actually prove that I always connect to them the last time I slept. Very magical. Anyways, with the fallen fruit thing that I made for trying to send the most helpful echoes to our previous lives or whatever. Since I've been dreaming of, I guess there's a Jewish branch, so that's interesting. Introduce it first, Jewish branch or tree or whatever in my family line, and you know, obviously it'll be helpful to them because I'll be, because I mean, they're responding to me and they're obviously welcoming me, but also warning me about other people that try to take advantage of me or make the other ones look bad and make me look bad or endanger us. Take advantage of us, maybe. I don't know. But anyways, it's pretty cool though. Pretty magical to be able to witness that and be able to. I'll be able to show demonstrations for the rest of my life. Be able to prove, that it's real. That they had dreams of me. These important people, and they obviously needed it. I'm not going to. The new whatever I make would be only honesty, not exactly Christian, because it's the most honest Christian, only believes in honesty, and I mean, the Christians I knew were honest and everything like that, but I mean, they're so embarrassed of themselves, and I felt the same way when I would find out what it really said, and then what I thought it meant, and then, oh my gosh, so stupid. It's really embarrassing how dumb we were, So we would think just ridiculous stuff. We would think that it was saying ridiculous stuff when it was so simple, very simple. I mean, what do people think? There's a translation coming from something, and it's talking about, the egg is obviously safe because we can see that the snake eats it, okay? Like, this is what they're saying. And then where does that get carried? Where did people actually go with that? They were totally crazy. They were on drugs. They were drinking. For real. So, I mean, yeah. But yeah. So we'll make like a new kind of family Bible thing. And just start from the beginning and just use addition so that there's nothing negative. And it's like, and what's there right now is obviously incomplete, and I'll be able to write it in a better way that's more understandable and not as embarrassing, so people will actually understand it. It's like they were totally clueless, Abel gave one kid to God and Cain was jealous, so he killed him. It's like, they were totally clueless of what they actually said. Or, but that's weird to think, like, but like, how did they miss that? How did they possibly miss that? It's very weird. But yeah, but Cain, there was an old ancient tradition of children being scared that they had to behave, or people would be eaten, as a consequence. So like, I mean, on the America side, they actually had that as like a holiday to scare them. And then, so they would use pig. So pig was illegal to eat because it tastes like people, it smells like people, and so you need to be able to know the difference. That's why it is. There was a designated time to have it in the wintertime and stuff like that, so that people would know the difference. Because if people are eating people, they're going to want to stop it, or they want to, go check it out or whatever. But, so, anyways, um, but what's kind of a cool thing to do to a kid, right? But I mean, that's really scary that people would actually, need to be that prepared for a disaster or an emergency to be able to survive through, the harshest conditions or whatever. People are too stubborn to. Um, people are too stubborn to kill them. It's kind of scary, pretty scary. But in that new territory, they're going down to what the earliest Christians called hell. Scary. And that could be in the heaven too. But yeah. But Cain basically, Abel had fun during the thing, so he was okay with it. He's like, oh wow, I'll do this with my children too. That's funny. Cain didn't feel that way as much because it was done to him. He killed his brother because he misbehaved or whatever, and then they ate pig, and he thought that they were eating his brother. It was a cruel thing to do. It's not funny. Don't laugh at that. Oh my gosh, don't do that to your kids. That's horrible. But that's something that they actually used to do to train them and make sure that they understood how serious it was. Like, you need food, you need to obey, you need to actually work, or guess what? People could be eaten. And so it was something that they taught them at a very early age. And so God and Adam killed Abel, but he didn't die. He, came back, kind of like Easter. But it was like a school trip, visiting some other tribe, and like a school vacation. And then coming back and going, surprise, I'm actually not dead. And he's like, wow, I hate you for doing this to me. But yeah, I understand that. But how do they actually word it in the Bible? Like, go over it again, and like the Hebrew and everything. Like, that's what I want to get into. I want to, actually look at where they got it from, and use that. Look at where they got it from and go, okay, I'm just going to do it different. I'm just going to, use addition and explain it better, because they were trying to use English, and they obviously, didn't include enough people to understand what was going on. But maybe there was, more reason. Maybe they actually did have it and then took it out, or stopped telling people for some reason. I don't know. But anyways, that's pretty magical though. That's pretty cool. But there's a lot more. There's many other branches and stuff to check out, and that's really cool that we'll be able to have that experience of witnessing them respond to us and everything. Very cool to think about what our kids will have in the future because of Google Translator and everything. As long as they're working hard and somebody that's, helpful and coveted and everything, they will respond in a way with timing that's like welcoming them. That's spiritual and magical to witness. Yeah, coming from other languages and stuff, that's really magical. Pretty cool though. The Aztec. Like, everything that we're doing is always echoing back in time. It's always echoing. So, but the idea of the fallen fruit thing is to retrace your family tree and come up with A-rated storytelling that are helpful stories to help them survive or whatever. Like, for like a Tongan person or something, maybe like trying to think of, how to survive out there without having to eat people. And that might be actually a lot more helpful to them. And they would actually be participating in saving them. And may witness it, they may dream about it, stuff like that. And that's basically what I've been doing. So. Very cool. Very cool what they've shown me. Very cool what they've shown me. I'm very lucky. And I'm very excited. Very excited. Isn't this cool poster? So, isn't this brilliant though? The sunrise, because it's like our kids, because they're looking over the right shoulder. They're looking at our kids. And see over there, it's like a policeman. He's like, oh no, you got into trouble. You're not obeying. You're being bad. Oh no. And over there, they're like, oh, they're being good. Look. It'll be very effective. Very cool. Wow. And there's the is that a Chinese one? I don't actually know. I want to know though. I want to look into it and all that stuff. But they're doing the pearl thing. They're doing the letter Q thing. Because of America, they have the right. It's a lot more accepted to marry somebody in a different tribe or whatever. Very cool. Anyways, I love my home. I love myself. And I'm going to fix up this room and make it really nice.